Stephen Hawking was the 7 life path. Again, most people
But
would
he wasn't born on the 7th.
He was 1/8/1942.
Again, so you're just
I know.
cherry-picking by adding
I'm not.
numbers.
I said.
But you are, and this is not scientific. This is not.
Again, you're not letting me speak.
Okay.
I said there's 2 ways to do it. If you're a 7, if you're a 3, if you're a 5, you're either born. If you're a 5 life path, for instance, you're born on the 5th, 14th, 1 and 4 is 5, 23rd, or your total number adds up to 5. Those are. If the total number adds up to 5, it's called a life path. If you're born on a certain day, that's the day number you're born on. So again, this is all confusing to people. I understand that. But here's the whole point. If you guys want examples of this, people who are born on the 5th, 14th, 23rd are the most attractive people in the world. Go on Facebook, put in those dates, and you'll see it with yourself. It's very simple. See, that's the thing about numerology. I always wondered why some people were rich. Now I understand why. They're born on the 28th or they're 8th. I always want to understand why some people were actually, really funny. Well, people born on the 3rd, 12th, 21st, or 30th are the funny ones. Chris Rock, Roseanne Barr. When you look at things from an everyday perspective and you start looking at it through these lenses of understanding how numerology and astrology works, you start looking at the world in a completely different way. Let me just say a few things. Michael Jordan, born 2/17/1963, 11 life path, mentored Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant, born 8/23/1978, mentored Kyrie Irving. Kyrie, born 3/23/1992, 11/11/11. Here's the point.
And it couldn't be that they all had really great natural.
They're all great athletes and they're all 11s. The point is, people with certain numbers gravitate towards each other. Now, let's talk about you. What's your day, my friend? What's your birthday?
My birthday?
Yeah.
April 2nd, 1968.
April 2nd, 1968. 421938 adds up to 33 and 0.
68. Not
Don't
age me too.
Okay, my
30
bad.
years.
You're basically a 3 life path in numerology. What's your birthday?
October 5th, 1977.
Okay, so you're basically a 3 life path in numerology. Look at this. The 2 people who are running the podcast, 3 is the number of communication. Communication starts with C. C is the 3rd letter. And voila!
Why is 3 the number for communication?
Because why couldn't I just be born
it coincides with the word C? I'm sure there are other languages that don't use C. Why couldn't I just be born on the 3rd, dude? Like, you just add up all these numbers, and it's just like, it's crazy to me. Like, first off, Kyrie Irving falls very short of Michael Jordan. He shouldn't even be using the same fucking sentence as him. Okay? Kyrie Irving believes the Earth is...
He probably has the best handles
he does,
in NBA history.
Absolutely,
okay?
Absolutely. But Kyrie Irving also believes the Earth is flat. The dude has he has some serious problems.
You know what? At least Kyrie Irving isn't vaccinated like 6-7 billion people on this planet. And now that we're talking about that, let's just say this: I am not vaccinated, sir. Are you vaccinated?
I am not vaccinated,
sir. Are you vaccinated?
I'm a U.S. military officer. Yeah.
Okay, so you actually were forced to get vaccinated.
That wasn't forced, but I'm a retired officer, and as soon as they told us,
I see. So you actually trusted the government, and you got the vaccine, correct?
I trusted the government to build an airplane that I fought in 2 wars over. So yeah, I mean,
okay. I trusted the government to get on a commercial airplane too. So here's the point: you trusted the government to take the vaccine, and now most people understand that vaccine was a lie.
I don't think most people understand that. I think some people. I think
so. Wait. We're both 30 live paths. I didn't take it; he did. So how does that?
And you probably have more sense than him. But here's the whole point.
That must be what it is.
Here's the whole point.
There we go. Thank you for the more sense, bro. Thank you for the more sense.
The fact that you took the vaccine is a major hit on your credibility. The fact that you trusted the government and you took the vax is a major. And I understand you're a successful person.
Okay, there you go.
I understand you made a lot of money.
Yes.
I understand that a lot of people look up to you.
Okay.
And that's all fine and dandy. But when it came to the biggest...
But somehow, in spite of all that, I took the vaccine.
When it came to the biggest psyop in world history, you failed, brother, and that's just a fact.
Okay, I mean, that's your opinion. I don't think so. I don't agree at all.
We'll find out in about a decade.
I found like after I did it. By the way, I'm not pro or against the vaccine.
I got a good one here.
But my whole thing, I'm very much against the idea of firing people because they didn't take the vaccine. But the idea, like after I took the vaccine, I started an 8-figure company. I'm dating the hottest woman I've ever seen in my life, and I have a new bench press max.
How do you feel?
Those are great.
You feeling good?
Those are absolutely great. But the fact of the matter is, we'll see how you're doing in about 7 years after you took the vaccine.
9-figure company. That's what we're going to be at. That's what
when your heart explodes.
When my heart explodes. I took the vaccine immediately. I needed to vote for Joe Biden, and scales grew on my neck.
I have a question.
They're the aliens. Okay, the Illuminati's calling.
Serious question. This is good.
I really hope you take that stuff seriously.
There's a super chat.
And if I were you, I'd be looking into holistic medicine to try to actually get rid of that. But that's up to you.
I'm not going to. Thanks.
Okay, here's the deal. Rusty Fuel, thanks for this super chat. This is great. The premise is wrong.
because the calendar many times over the last 7,000 years has changed, has shifted.
Outstanding. I love the fact that
how does that gel? And then the other thing is, I'm sure there are other cultures that, like for instance, the Jewish culture, the Chinese culture, they track our years in much different ways than we do. So that's number one. So how accurate can it possibly be if we've actually shifted? Dates and
who asked that question?
Rusty Fuel.
Very, very smart man, Rusty. Let me explain how we know, and let me explain it to the best of my ability. Manifestation is a real thing in this world.
No, it is.
Yes, it
absolutely
is.
I'm going to manifest a steak in the refrigerator out here
absolutely
right
is. And I'm going to prove you that it is.
Manifestation is a real thing.
100% not true.
So did you have goals in life?
I sure did.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I worked for them. And manifestation is one of the deadliest things in the world.
No, it's not. You have to work and do things at the same time.
That's not manifestation. Working is not manifestation.
Why not?
Working is not manifestation.
Why not?
Manifestation. Let's look up the definition.
So you can be the best NBA player in the world just by saying, no, you got to put in the work
too. He didn't manifest it. He only did it. If we were to ask Michael Jordan, hey, let me ask you about your life path as far as your numerology, he would not give a fuck about what you're saying. He would just say, I busted my ass in the gym.
Have you met Michael Jordan?
My junior high coach cut me from the fucking team, and my dad did not accept me over my brother Larry. So I busted my ass to become the best player on the planet. That's what he'd tell you. He doesn't say anything about it being an 11 life path. So don't put your beliefs about numerology on Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan was a killer out there on the basketball court, and he was a killer because he decided to be a killer, not because he put it off on numerology or astrology.
No, he doesn't know anything about numerology and astrology.
The most deadly part of this whole situation is that you're sitting here having a conversation about red pill, and the number one problem that we have with women is their lack of accountability, and what you're teaching is literally the fuel for that lack of accountability. I am where I am because I went to the fucking gym, because I learned how to build a sales team. That's where I am, not because of when I was born. You give people this literal lack of accountability. They have this safe blanket of victimhood that they can use because of what you're teaching them. It is literally the opposite. It is the absolute opposite of what you need. Again, the reason why Rollo and I are friends is not because we're three life paths. It's because we both believe in this fucking book over here called Evolutionary Psychology. That's the reason why. It's because
the reason you both believe in that book is because you're three life paths. No, that's the point.
There is no proof in what you're saying.
How? The proof is you guys right here. This is the proof. You guys are here together. He is actually backing you. He is putting everything on the line to back you.
See, that's
3-3.
That is anecdotal. That is not scientific.
That's a circular argument.
Exactly. It's like anecdotal. That is not scientific.
Because the solution is in the question itself. So like how can that's unfalsifiable? Yeah, of course we're here to. And I'm sure maybe Steven Crowder has people that are with him that maybe.
I'm glad you brought up. Hold on, stop.
That they align. But
I am glad you brought up Steven Crowder.
Don't get lost in the weeds. Don't get lost in the weeds. What I'm saying is that just because two people happen to have like similar personality, like what about personalities? What about people who are like good clicks with each other? What about people who have like complementary talents? Those people are, what about, I got a better one for you. People who have pathological personalities tend to attract other pathological personalities into their orbit. That has nothing to do with fucking numbers. It has to do with the fact that this guy's crazy and this guy's even crazier than him. So the crazy guy's going to follow.
When you are born, you are born and imprinted with certain energy. That in energy.
How do I measure that energy? I want to know what numerology this is, because if I could put that fucking energy in a bottle, I'd be a billionaire.
It's just like energy. No. You guys brought up Steven Crowder. I want to make this example. He is born 7/7/1987. He is a 3 life path, just like him and him. So again, they can say all the nonsense they want. The fact of the matter is, they're over here doing the same thing Steven Crowder is, and they're the guys who brought him up, not me.
There are hundreds of people.
Yeah, you brought him up, not me.
I didn't bring it here, but there are hundreds of people.
Rush Limbaugh, born on the 12th.
It's fine, but
Howard Stern, born on the 12th.
There are hundreds of people who aren't, and you can sit.
But the top of the game is.
It doesn't matter.
Like that's in your opinion.
No, it doesn't. It's not the way that works.
So you're telling me if we look at the top people in the game and they all have move over.
Yeah, it's that way. You're not in the middle.
So if you're telling me the top people in the game are all a certain number, it means nothing.
Yeah, correct. But first off, you're cherry picking who the top people in the game are. Number one, and
you tell me who the top people are.
Number one, you don't say the third. You say 112 is also the same thing, and it's like very convenient because if you're born on the 21st, then you're also 3 life path. It's like you have all these.
I didn't say a 3 life path.
You have all these fucking ejection.
I don't have outs.
Always.
I don't.
Let's go back to the hold on because I don't want to skip back because you definitely do this thing where you keep throwing things at people before they can research it. The manifestation thing.
Yes.
Those poor kids who lived lived in Poland in 1939 when the Nazis invaded, they didn't manifest getting thrown into ovens.
No.
And those Hutus and Tutsis that live in Rwanda,
correct,
and 1 million people died in 100 days, they didn't manifest getting butchered.
No, they didn't.
Julian Khashoggi, when he fucking questioned the king of Saudi Arabia, he didn't manifest getting killed by a fucking bone saw. Those things are not manifestation. No, those things are not true. You did not manifest those things. The 100 million people that died during the wheat famines under Mao Zedong did not manifest.
And neither the people who died in fucking the Holocaust in Ukraine.
Manifestation isn't real, or rather, there is no evidence. There is no evidence.
Manifestation is very real, and the point is, only a few people have the ability to manifest.
Again,
that's the whole point.
What an incredible escape route for you.
It's not an escape. It's not an escape route.
I'm the only true astrologer. I'm the only true numerologist, and only things I do sometimes are wrong, and we can change all these other things. Like, again, man, there's no way this is a science. You have to be able to disprove your own hypothesis, and you don't even attempt to do so.
This right here proves it's real.
It doesn't prove it.
Me helping the Golden State Warriors win a damn championship.
Again,
that is real.